How did people wake up on time before alarm clocks? They would hire a knocker-upper. A knocker-upper would wake up at 3 in the morning and then go around the town in Britain and Ireland during the Industrial Revolution and wake up people at the time that they had requested. How the knocker-upper would wake up their clients depended on the height of the window and the ingenuity of the person. Don't worry, they didn't use any weird tactics. Although, I feel like waking up to crashing noises and then seeing an open window and your knocker-upper standing about a foot away from your face, roommate style, would jolt just about anybody out of bed. Wait, maybe there's a business idea somewhere in there. The knocker-uppers of days gone by would either use a long bamboo stick for the upper floor windows, short baton for knocking on the front door, or even a pea shooter. They would either knock until they got a signal from their client that they were awake, or just knock a few times before moving on. I guess it depended on whether or not you wanted the snooze option package. Most knocker-uppers were elderly men and women, although there were some police officers that moonlighted in the profession during their night shifts as well. I feel like being woken up from a deep sleep in your house by a cop would be utterly terrifying, but also a good reason to get out of bed, so pros and cons. Usually an individual would hire a knocker-upper, but sometimes companies would to make sure that their employees got to work on time. You would either write the time you wanted to be waken up on a slate board outside your house, or just tell the knocker-upper so they could add it onto their list. Now let's talk cash. How many dollar bills were knocker-uppers making for their work? Like with many freelance jobs, it depended on a few variables, like what time the client wanted to be woken up, how far the knocker-upper had to travel, etc. Waking up at 4 a.m. was more expensive than, say, 5 or 6. But most knocker-uppers made about $1 per client per week in old-timey British money. So about $7.28 in today's Yankee Doodle dollars. And you bet your hat everybody paid, because if they didn't pay, they wouldn't be woken up, and if they were late too many times to their job, they would lose their job, and yeah, no bueno. Unfortunately for the knocker-uppers, the profession pretty much died out in the 1950s due to their arch nemesis, the alarm clock. Although in some parts of England there were still knocker-uppers into the 1970s. Would you hire a knocker-upper? Let me know.